Hi, Colleen here, president of Roots and Recipes, the website where you can store your family's recipes and stories. I had a discussion the other day with one of my daughters about asparagus. So, you can have the thick asparagus, like the thickness of your fingers, and you can have the pencil thin asparagus that looks like this. I tend to prefer the thin asparagus, mainly because of the way I like to cook it. It's not that it's any better or worse than others. I just like the thinness of it and the crunchiness of it. So what I like to do is broil it. So I'm going to show you how I go about doing that. So I have our asparagus. It's best to store it in the refrigerator in some water. You can have a plastic container and put a little water in the bottom and let it sit in that water in the refrigerator. It'll stay nice and crisp. And if you see, this is nice and crisp. It's actually been in there maybe 2 days and it's still nice and crisp when I got this idea to do this little discussion. So it has some tougher ends like most asparagus, and to make things simple, I'm just going to slice off most of the bottom. And just cut it all off. You can snip it with scissors, you can take each one individually and cut it, and you can just do what I did. So I've washed this asparagus and it's nice and dry, and I'm going to put it on a foil lined baking sheet and try to get it in one layer. You can do lots of fun things with this. The reason this works for thin asparagus is that the skin on the outside of the asparagus is tender. When you get the thicker asparagus, the skin on the outside is a little thicker and you should peel it, but the meat inside is softer. So this tends to stay a little crunchy. So I'm drizzling this with a little olive oil, and I'm gonna toss it a little bit so that it coats it. Try to get this in one little thin layer if possible, and it'll broil nicely. We're only going to broil it for a couple minutes, and I have my broiler hot, and I'm just going to sprinkle this with a little bit of kosher salt, a little bit of fresh ground pepper, and into the oven on the broiler for about 4 to 5 minutes until it just gets a little char. You don't want these to be mushy, you want them to be nice and crunchy. So here we have our asparagus out of the broiler. It's been in there for probably close to 6 minutes, and you can let it get a little more color if you like, and this one is just looking nice, so we're going to put it on our serving platter. And then it is ready for you to get creative with it, with your own ideas to have what to serve with it. I like to sometimes put like hollandaise sauce on it. Sometimes I like to just use it as a bed for some fish. But I just got this idea today. I'm going to take some of this and we're going to put it on a plate with some guacamole. And again, it's nice to make your food look attractive. So here we have my homemade guacamole that I like, and our little bit of asparagus, and a couple of blue corn chips to give it some flash. And there you have it, our roasted or broiled asparagus, pencil thin. This does not work with the thicker asparagus. These are thin and crunchy and quick cooking, and the other thicker asparagus needs a little bit of different kind of cooking. It just is delicious and crunchy, and it's got just a little bit of that grilled taste. Very nice. So I hope you enjoy this food plus family equals love.